Hier ist der Lenz von Übergizmo. Ich bin hier in Staverton. Das ist in der Nähe von Silverstone, wo wir zu einem sehr exklusiven Event eingeladen worden sind, nämlich auf der Rennstrecke mit Castrol zusammen. Die drehen hier 9 Streifen für ihre Titanium-Serie. Das sind so kleine Clips, die besondere Raffinessen im Motorsport zeigen, so auch mit Virtual Reality und alles ganz cool. Und das soll zeigen, was möglich ist mit Castrolöl im Auto. Eine ganz nette Idee, ein ganz netter Marketing-Gag. Ihr seht, ich filme auch mit Selfie-Kamera. Das Event ist nämlich sehr, sehr, sehr exklusiv. Es sind nur 2 Journalisten eingeladen worden. Das bin ich und noch ein anderer und deswegen fehlt mir auch der Kameramann. Aber macht nichts. Ich fahre jetzt gleich zu der Rennstrecke und dann schaue ich mir mal alles genauer an. Ich verrate nur so viel. Die Idee ist, dass es 2 Fahrer gibt. Einen hier in England und einen drüben in Los Angeles in den USA. Und die 2 fahren gegeneinander. Aber natürlich nicht auf der gleichen Strecke, aber mit der gleichen VR-Brille. Und auf dieser VR-Brille sehen sie sich gegenseitig und versuchen das Rennen zu bestreiten. Ich bin sehr gespannt und ich wünsche euch viel Spaß bei meiner kleinen Tour über Silverstone.
I've got the keys to the Ford Mustang GT, which is a great car, and I spent a lot of time with it. 500 horsepower, just under. It's a very playful car because it's rear-wheel drive. You can turn the traction control off, and this track we can get it quite sideways. But the whole thing is a competition to a time. So I will eventually get as neat and tidy as I possibly can. But I've got a really good feel for this car because it gives you great feedback when you're driving it. The big difference is that when you take away your real vision and replace it with computer CGI vision, as a guide to this course. I've never done it before in my life, so in fact only one person has, and he's in America and he's my rival, so that makes it quite tough. Any slight delay in the vision is going to have a big difference in the car because you're talking tenths of a second make a huge difference in terms of space, and I don't want to run wide because there's penalties if you run off the course, and also time penalties if you're using the wrong space. You're going to be slower. In the past, when I've used headsets and simulators, it makes me feel quite sick. So I'm really hoping that, because what happens is your brain senses a difference in what it's seeing and what it's feeling. Hopefully that won't be the case, otherwise I might turn that nice car a different colour.
Who do you think will win?
I will win, of course.
So I'm involved in the designing of the course, the designing of the virtual course, and working with the drivers to immerse themselves into this world, which is a very different thing for someone like Ben Collins and Matt Powers to do because they're professional racers. They're used to being able to see exactly what they need to see and set their lines on physical things. And now we're dealing with a virtual world while still implementing a lot of their skills as a driver. But they're really having to trust their instinct and their gut feeling on this. It's almost the same thing I kind of equated to the first time you learn how to scuba dive, in that moment where your mind has to cross over into that world and trust certain things and certain instincts that you know to help you to accomplish to finish the race, essentially. The technology, I work with Adam and Glenn. They're known as Master of Shapes. We worked together on the last one, Virtual Drift. So this is a continuation of that series, but now with an added element of being able to compete virtually against another racer in LA. So it's LA versus London. Ben Collins in London and Matt Powers in LA. So Matt Powers, having done it already, he has a little bit of an advantage over Ben, but I think they're both amazing racers, and it'll be equally as a challenge. The whole course is a new design, so both of them will have quite a lot of challenges ahead of them for this. We'll see who wins.
I'm driving a real car, but with an Oculus headset on to make this really cool film for Castrol Edge, who I've done this before with a virtual drift with Matt Powers. We're going to take it to the next level by having 2 of us racing in 2 different continents on effectively different pieces of tarmac, but thanks to the virtual reality headsets, we'll race the same track at the same time. So now I've gone that way.
That's awesome!